Hello?
Kikeru, 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 keru, keru.
聞こえるか皆さん
Can I be heard? I have no idea. あれちょっと待って。あ、YouTube 何それ。
はい、そうそうそうそうそう。There we go. Excellent connections. Alright.
Okay, I think we're live. Game PM. これ。
はい。Good evening. Magandang gabi sa inyo lahat. Konbannya. My name is Anzu, and I am an apricot that delivers packages from me to you. Alright. And today's package delivery is... Pam pam pam. It is a Chronicle. Alright.
Finally, I'm back to streaming. So, just for those who didn't know, I'm from the Philippines, and we've been having storms here and there. 何かな? The problem also was I got sick, and my voice was like,
I'll give up on life.
So,
now I'm back.
Alright. So, we left off with case number, what was it, 4? 4?
Karma last blow thingy mo.
Last bow, not blow. Alright. So, we found out that Gregson, our detective friend, is the victim of this case. And basically, we're just proceeding to it. I think we went through already the first try? The first part? Ah, we are there. Trial part 1. Alright. So, there we go. Ikimashou. Ah, right. So we had like the first set of witnesses, and we're trying to find out what exactly happened. Alright, right.
Okay. I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander. Me, just a sign at the crossroads of life. Hello, Skillmo and Celery. Welcome.
I fulfilled my promise of the conspiracy meme Gregson, so I'm proud of it. It's so cute. I was like, God, I'm 5 minutes late. Then became 10.
Hello, Zori. Welcome. Your voice is too good. Ah, arigato. Hi, Totoro.
I try my best to keep it online. Hi. So just also letting you guys know, I kind of don't remember exactly what we should be doing, so I apologize. Oh wait, we're gonna be solving this together. Alright, so this is the revision of their testimony. Hi. He was that rape, I bet. He got a face that screams bull. Ah, it was about the signboard being moved. I remember now.
I can't see how this changes anything anyway. The detective still died when we heard the gunshot.
Grandpa. Guampa.
Hey, gunshot.
My thumbnail ever. Oh, arigato. I did my best to make it look nice. Right. So none of you can elaborate further. I wish I had a nice Ikemen guy voice. Shaken by the crime they witnessed, and with only the light of a few candles and an oil lamp by which to see, we can't expect these witnesses to be able to give a more precise account of what happened.
That's right, yeah. I don't pay to... It don't pay to expect too much. It's man's endless quest for knowledge to destroy the world, and that's what I think.
Do you? Really? In any case, as this testimony shows, even if the notice board was moved by somebody following the incident, it makes no difference.
What's happening now?
So, last time we were...
What do you call it?
We were cross-examining them, and then they were asked to revise their testimony. So this is the revised testimony of our first set of witnesses. So it's still kind of at the beginning part still, more or less. Yeah. Alright.
Hi.
So we didn't really get to go too far into the trial last time.
He's so handsome.
When the gunshot rang out, the accused was the only person at the scene. In short, the only person who could possibly have committed the crime is Baroque Van Zeeks. None of this wrangling over the board changes that simple fact. Quite so, quite so. Does the defense still wish to cross-examine the witnesses despite the circumstances? Ho, ho, ho. Most certainly, my lord.
Bonk.
Very well, then you may proceed, counsel. Ho, ho, ho.
Bashing.
Bro changed to a prosecutor. Yeah. He's fulfilling some kind of mission he got, which ends up having him as a prosecutor, which is interesting. But still though, like, I wonder what's his end goal. I'm really interested in that. And we learned that his father was the professor, the quote-unquote serial killer. But I have a feeling maybe he wasn't the true criminal. What if he was set up? And maybe Kazuma-sama here is trying to prove the innocence of his father, or at least find out what really happened, right?
Yeah, turntabled wild. So feral.
The mystery of the moving board. Okay, let's try to press on every single one.
Hold it! Hold it!
So you admit that it was the board you wiped your bloody hand on?
Admit it. What's to admit? It's their plan is there for all to see and smash you print on my right hand.
Perhaps you wanted to hide that handprint. So you righted the notice board and pushed it onto the corner, did you?
No, imagine the weight of that great lump. Do I look like a powerful, well-nurtured man?
Well, did you see anybody else move the board? Bloody? Yeah, so last time we found out this dude, when he found the, the dead body, he kinda tripped on it and got some blood, and he got so spooked he ran. But he tripped again and ended up having his hand on the notice board that was on the floor. So that's why there's a bloody handprint there.
Yeah. I've got nerves of steel, I can tell you, but even I have my limits. There was a body on the floor in front of me, and the Grim Reaper himself standing over it. And there was precious little lot inside either. My bottom lip was all quiver.
In other words, this witness is unable to give definite testimony on that point.
Yes, so it would seem.
Coward. Well, don't look at me. I haven't got a clue about it. I was doing business with some second years at the time. Business?
Hold it!
TOT school sucks.
Crying emoji, doesn't it?
Yeah, when I was a student, school sucks. Especially if you got so much homeworks, or worse, exams. Oh, I remember staying up until 3 a.m. if it's like the final exams of the term. Whew, bloody hell.
Bloody hell. Bloody Mary.
When you say you were doing business with them, you mean you were selling them fireworks?
Yeah, what else? There's the priory school just around the corner, see? Those cheeky little so-and-sos have got a plan to blow their school to kingdom come. So I've been telling all them, letting their teachers know what they're up to.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, we didn't want anyone to get hurt. so I let the school know the kids are playing with dodgy toys. Then praise the Lord, the teachers take all the fireworks of them. And then praise the Lord again, the kids all come back to me to buy more. Everyone's happy, see?
Whoa, she's a true businesswoman. That's smart. Not gonna lie, that's smart.
Hello there, Nectarine.
Yo, meme lord, you're gonna be Nectarina one day. Oh my.
Bro is happy. Bishop?
What a racket.
Cause, and sometimes the teachers give me a little bonus to take me for letting them know. It's a busy old life selling explosives.
Venus is a skillful goddess indeed.
Well, telling bare-faced lies is kind of my thing, really. I'm ever so good at it.
Oh-ho!
Naruhodo. Somebody reacted.
Excuse me!
Sumimasen.
Something wrong, Mr. Sandwich?
If I said it was, could we just leave it at it? Will that be the end of it?
Military stuff? Interesting. Is that something like the National Reservist training kind of stuff?
Is that what it is?
You know, like being a reserve for your country?
No.
Did Miss Venus' statement just now bring something to mind, perhaps? It was called LT.
Ah, leadership training. Naruhodo.
Not gonna lie, I used to take like leadership roles and groupings and stuff. But I realized I don't like it. I can be an efficient leader, but I don't know. I guess you just end up doing everything because the people you assign are not able to do it. So you're like, I'll be a one-man army. Oh.
Wow, the merits for forgetting. Wow. Pat 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 patu, pato pato pato, hedo pato. There, celery. You'll be the crunchiest celery of them all. Hi. Philosophical thoughts. Deep philosophical thoughts. Hi. Well, let's say there was a great liar. And that great liar said, without batting an eye, telling bare-faced lies is kind of my thing. I'm ever so good at it. Would these words of hers be a lie too? Or the truth? In which case, she's not a liar.
Oh no, I hate that kind of question.
Oh, it's a hellish paradox, that one. Don't you think?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But it seems to me you're suggesting Miss Venus has been lying, are you?
What are you on about, old man? Try to cause trouble, are you? Keep her like that. And I'll wrap your whole body in fireworks and set him off. That'll give you something to tremble about.
You have a startlingly disturbing mind behind that sweet and innocent face, young lady.
Naughtiness, Santa, naughtiness. Cool.
So Miss Venus has lied in her testimony. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Sandwich?
Well, if I means I'll be burning in hellfire for the rest of my days, so be it. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Why did they allow her to bring fireworks in the match? I don't know. Security seems loose in this part.
Oh, hello, Nishimiya. Hi, I'm Bacchus. Yes, I'm Bacchus. Yes. Mrs. Bacchus. Yes. Hi.
I live.
Yeah, this courtroom has a lot of problems. We have people with guns, swords, and matches and random stuff. I don't know how they get away with it.
Can you elaborate?
Please, sir. If Anzu has a Discord, I'm going to join. Actually, I do. It's quite dead. Well, dead as in people are kind of quiet, but we love sharing memes. I just don't remember if I turned it back on for people to get into it. Well, I guess I could. I'll double check on it if it's still working. Oh, there it is. Wait, I'm not sure. I have to double check because I think I temporarily closed off newcomers. So, because we had some problems before. Yeah, so... Oh, you saw it? Oh, yeah, go ahead. I guess feel free to try. Hopefully the bots are still working. The permissions got screwed at one point. So, when I closed it off from public, I haven't really gone back to check. Comment. But feel free to try. And if things don't work out, but you get inside the server, I'll just manually give you the roles or something. Yeah. Alright.
Old blabbermouth here, headed for the room where the gunshots seem to come from. But where was someone else who crept up the stairs behind him too? That's right. That rotten liar over there.
Onesan is here, where is she? She's somewhere there, hiding. So the girl was lying. She was hiding. Naruhodo.
Do you mean to say that you did in fact betake yourself to the scene of the crime after all?
Whoops, she's contemplating murder.
What did I tell you, eh?
Jesus Christ.
I said I was good at telling bare-faced lies, didn't I?
Yes, you did mention it before.
Well, that revelation rocked the whole courtroom, didn't it?
Who knew fireworks packed such a punch?
Yeah, don't lie in court. Bang, Ned.
So, you did indeed visit the crime scene, did you, young lady? Good grief!
Well, now you come to mention it, I suppose perhaps...
I do clearly remember climbing the stairs to the room, yeah? Ha! Take that, John. I am free from jail time here in YouTube. You can't take me alive nor dead, or in between. Ha! Either you clearly remember it or you don't.
Well, I shall consider a fitting punishment for this perjurious later. For the time being, you will immediately amend your testimony to reflect the truth.
Oh, yes, my lord, of course. Maybe I did sneak along behind gossip and have a little peek into the room where it all happened.
Hold it!
You make a habit of lying, do you, Miss Venus?
Well, suppose I so. I don't really know, to be fair. If you want my advice, though, I take everything I say with a big pinch of salt.
Alright, but you did in fact go to the room where the victim was killed on the day in question, didn't you?
Oh, please, as if I would. I can't think of anything more terrifying.
The truth, please. Even Kazuma knows.
Well, alright, just a bit then. I mean, a girl my age is curious about stuff, you know.
Did you touch anything at the scene? Oh, please. As if I would. I mean, there was a dead body on the floor. The truth, please. Well, alright, just a bit then. I had a look to see if there was anything I could sell. So I did give the place a once-over, but it was nothing to write in come about. Right, now I hesitate to ask, but you didn't move the notice board by any chance, did you? Oh, please. As if I would touch anything like that. Just a few hits of loose change is all I have. The truth, please. I guess she was grave robbing. Oof. Well, all right then. I thought there might be something worth having underneath it, so I blasted the flipping thing. Sorry, flip the flipping blasted thing. You're telling us that you did move the board? Oof. This girl. Oof. I think that did slip out in time, didn't it? What? You deaf Bamo? Barnpot, sorry. I don't believe it. The girl doesn't think. So did you find anything then? Something that you might have taken, perhaps? To sell? Oh, please. I should be so lucky. The truth now! Oof. He's furious. Dial. I might have found this old old pocket watch under the notice boards, I suppose. But a bit of junk like this. So it was you, wasn't it? You're the one who took it. Gina? Young lady, may I remind you where you are? That watch. The watch there. That was a present to Inspector Gregson for the yard. From the yard for big cases of 10 years ago. The professor case, no doubt. The boss used to wind it up every evening with our fire, when he was waiting for his grub to come to the pub. I see. I swatted it off of him once, and blimey was he upset. It gave me a right earful. Said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years, polishing it and winding it. It meant the world to him, the watch did. Possibly not the best to go diving for then. It's not all that though. I took it to Jabez. Who's Jabez? Or is that Habez? That night to ask how much it was worth, but the old dealer wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't give me a penny for it. Said it wasn't working. Knocked about and worthless, he called it. Ugh, I knew I should have lifted it. I am. That watch must be submitted as evidence at once. Oh, please. Just so long as you promise to give it back when we're done. Not a chance I'll swipe it from you if you try to get your grubby mitts on it again.
That's enough! Hand the watch to the bailiff forthwith. Ho, ho.
Now, children. Watch your manners.
Good Lord. The glass appears to be broken. More than likely, it shattered when the inspector was shot.
It doesn't tick anymore either. Which is why Jabez didn't want it. What a waste, eh?
Yes, indeed. It appears to have stopped at the hour of 5.
Exactly when a gunshot was heard then. Which supports the prosecution's claim, of course.
Da, da, Da-da-da-da.
Well, it would appear that the mystery of the moving notice board has been solved at least. And as predicted, it had very little bearing on the case. Now then, continue with your cross-examination, please, Kenzo. Ho ho.
Bum, 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 bum.
I wanted a pocket watch like this before. I still do. But it's so hard to find a reasonably priced one. You know, like an actual real watch. The glass over the face really is badly cracked. Look!
What a shame. When the inspector clearly looked after it so carefully.
I imagine Mr. Sholmes could repair it, don't you?
Yes, I should think so.
He's very adept at things like this. A useful man to have around, in fact.
But kindly remember that he's a great detective, Mr. Naruhodo. Not an odd job man. Or is he? Dun, 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 dun.
I guess this is the wind-up part. Ah, there's a tiny little keyhole here. Can you see?
Oh yes, that's probably for the winder used to wind up the mechanism.
It looks a little unusual, don't you think?
Yes, you need just the right key to wind it, I imagine.
Why do I feel as though I've seen something? Something a bit like a key that's about the right size to fit in this hole.
It would be wonderful if we had the key. Let's check carefully over what we've already found.
So, oh, this part is broken. So he was checking up the time, it seems. Could be. Maybe he was going to wind up the clock and then he got shot. I wonder if the killer knew of that though. Because if they did, I mean, I'd understand.
Yeah.
There's a tiny little stub sticking out from this small hole. Here, look.
I suppose there must have been a little knob or something on that for setting the time.
In that case, seeing as we know the inspector took such good care of this watch, it probably broke when the incident occurred, didn't it?
Yes, of course.
Which could mean that there's a small part of the watch still at the scene. Maybe. I wonder if we have anything that could pass off like it. Looks like we don't have anything that's like it.
Oh, wait, no, I know what it is. This one.
I think, hold on. We examined this before. There.
There we go.
It's a sort of key. That's the key. It should be its cylinder. Look at it.
Yeah, it's the one. Yeah.
Mr. Sato, do you think this perhaps this key could be the key for the Inspector Gregson's watch?
Oh, yes, it could be.
Let's try it at once. There's not a moment to lose.
Wind it. Insert. Twist. It's working.
I knew it. It's a perfect fit.
And look. The inspector's watch has started going again.
Ah, so it has obviously just not been wound up, that's all. What is it, Mrs. Sato?
Well, if the watch isn't actually broken after all, I have a feeling it could have profound implications.
She's deep in thought now. Perhaps I'd better start thinking of
deeply too.
Eh? What could be important about that? Eh?
何かな。
The detective still died when we heard the gunshot.
何かな。
Not much to go on. As you've pointed out, Mr. Naruhodo, there's no question that the notice board was moved, so somebody must have done it. But it did happen after the event, so maybe Kazuma's right, and it's not relevant to the case. But it seems to have been deliberately positioned so as to hide the body from view. So I feel sure that there's some deeper significance to all of this. Yes, I know what you mean. I have no doubt there are more clues to be uncovered. You're on the right track. I can feel it. So follow your instincts. Alright then. Oh, you got trapped by your friend? What happened, Nishimiya-san? Okay. So far, this is the only new thing that we got so far. So what could be... Whoa, your friends just outed you? Like told the girl you like that you like her? Oh, damn. Damn.
RIPP Nishimiya-san.
When car accidents happen, speedometers of the vehicle tend to get jammed at the moment of the crash. True. I'm still hell-bent on thinking he died at 5 o'clock. But what's the significance of the clock still moving or basically being not broken? That's the part I'm trying to figure out from what they're trying to hint. I can't see how this changes everything.
Hold it!
What do you mean by that, old man? Your friends confessed for you, Nishimiya-san. Yabe. But I'm sure the girl would still probably prefer to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. I mean, if someone told me a person liked me, but that person never would say it to me, then I feel like it's either a scam or a lie or they're not taking it seriously. Something like that. It was 5 o'clock in the afternoon that you all heard the loud bang, was it?
Maybe the notice board fell over. Or maybe it did. Maybe I fell over, or maybe I didn't.
So you're just kusa, lol.
But the Keeper's fate, the Reaper's fate is sealed either way. Because of that gunshot we all heard. So your fate's sealed too.
My fate? That's right. The defense is fated to lose. And the prosecution to win. In other words, it all hinges on that single gunshot. So if I could just find some problem with that part of their story, it may be possible to change all our fates.
Of course. None of that changes the fact that I heard what I heard, does it?
We learned from Gina that Inspector Gregson winds up the clock every evening, so it is possible. Well, I mean, it could still be possible that Gregson died earlier than 5 o'clock. And then, maybe by the time it became evening, it, stopped at 5. Or they waited for the clock to stop moving and shot him at that moment. But he could have been dead already by then? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this shiz out. Nani kana? They were talking about the time with the last statement, so I guess we can try presenting the clock there. Maybe they'll have some input. Or this philosophical old man would say something that will help it.
Hold it!
No, not press. Wrong button. Mamaya.
Yabe kore.
Go back, go back. No, here again. Car, darn it. I mean, yeah, the clock could have just stopped at 5 and, you know, it's because Gregson didn't wind it up. He was dead before then. You know, that could be. But how did the but how did he die if that's the case?
Nani kana, nani kana.
Or it was the fireworks and not really a gunshot. Yeah, that could be too, right? Here goes, one life.
Objection!
Oh, the music stopped. Is it correct? Thank goodness there are no shoot button nearby. I'm afraid that's not necessarily the case. Oh. At the scene, we found this key to the winder of the inspector's pocket watch. A key? And having wound the pocket watch, we discovered that it is in fact still working. You see, the watch didn't stop because it was broken at all. And that fact completely undermines one of the most fundamental premises on which this entire case has been built. What?
What counsel? The watch was stopped at almost exactly 5 o'clock.
Yeah, which is just where we heard the gunshot. It is exactly the hour.
The time that was showing on the watch tells us nothing other than when it wound down. It's merely a coincidence that it happened to be at 5 o'clock.
Objection!
What?
Even if that's true, the 3 witnesses here all heard the gunshot at 5 o'clock. So that's obviously when this crime was committed.
Objection!
Ikiari.
Now, that doesn't hold.
Why not?
Oh god. Hold on. This could totally be a reply in messages, right?
Why not?
Recall what Inspector Lestrade said only moments ago. The boss used to wind it up every evening without fail when he was waiting for his grub to come at the pub. Said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years polishing it and winding it. It meant the world to him, the watch there. The victim was in the habit of winding his watch once a day in the evening. We could reasonably assume, therefore, that he wound the timepiece on the evening before he died as well.
Oh yes, that would be entirely reasonable. Ho ho ho.
But if that's the case, you wouldn't expect the watch to have completely wound down by 5 o'clock the following day.
Oh what?
Well, how do you explain that? In summary, the evening before the day of the incident, when the gunshot rang out in that room, the inspector was already unable to wind his watch.
You can't mean...
What would stop a man winding his watch if he's been in the habit of winding it every single evening for 10 years? The obvious answer is that he was already dead.
Paya.
Council, that is a most extraordinary claim.
Oh, if the stream is kind of lagging on your side or a little slow, seems like my internet had a hiccup. It's currently on red in OBS. Oh,
Now it's yellow. Oh, now it's red again. It's playing with us. It's playing with our feelings.
so hopefully it would stabilize a bit more. It is going back to orange or yellow, whatever that color is. So probably there's a interference or so.
Hi. ごめんね. If it's unbearable, feel free to watch the VOD. お願いします.
Objection!
Oh, so far it's still okay. Well, that's good to know.
Extraordinary isn't the word, it's absurd. You claim he was already dead the night before? Do you really think that Scotland Yard's coroner would have overlooked something like that?
Well,
On that subject, there is something rather surprising. There's actually an omission in the coroner's report. The time of death is not noted. Wait, it's not? Did I miss that? Hold on. Let's check that one more time. Autopsy report. Oh, you're right! It's omitted. It's not here. Ooh, busted. Ooh, busted.
That's right.
wait a minute. You're forgetting that my legs went from under me when I kicked the door in.
What do you mean?
Like I said, I planted my hand in the dirty grey puddle of blood.
Yes, so the victim's blood hadn't dried. It was fresh.
He catches on fast, doesn't he?
Objection!
But that blood could be explained in any number of ways. It could have been put there afterwards. Some fresh blood could have been poured over the
Objection.
victim and... Does my learned friend think that fresh blood is available on every street corner? Oh my god, Kazuma-sama just used learned friend on us. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, it needn't necessarily have been human blood, of course. We've been told previously that Scotland Yard has no way to identify blood as human.
The problem is currently being researched. At present, you are correct. It is beyond our abilities.
So then, a chicken's blood could have been used, for example. It's certainly a possibility that it wasn't the inspector's blood at all. Oh, that's pretty clever.
Objection!
But the gunshot was heard at 5 o'clock that afternoon. That's beyond question.
Is it though?
What?
Given that the time of death of the victim has already been called into question, isn't it beyond the realms of possibility that what these witnesses heard wasn't a gunshot at all?
Blaze, what are you trying to say?
Yous lot know what we heard? Us lot what know what he heard, and it was a lead band that came from that there room.
Oh, you listen to me. A street seller's ears are his livelihood. Don't whip me, sir. I did nothing wrong. No whipping. Whipping, no whipping. No.
Maybe take chat instead. Maybe they're into that, sir, not me. I don't doubt your ears, sir, but all you can state with certainty is that you had heard a noise.
Eh? Explain yourself then, Council.
A noise that sounds like a gunshot could have been made with... Ah, なるほど.
Fireworks.
Take that!
Take that.
Well, the culprit could have used something like this, for example.
Really? A demonstration is in order then, I feel.
What? Yes, please show the court how you could use that to create a noise like a gunshot.
We're waiting, Council.
I may have been mistaken.
It looks like you've been making a lot of noise yourself, Mr. Naruhodo.
Kazuma's got a devastating way with words in English, too.
I realize it may be difficult to retract what you said and present some different evidence, but perhaps... Yes, I was thinking the same thing myself. That's because I'm convinced there is some evidence that could produce a similar noise.
Explain yourself, Council.
What is with that smug Kazuma? Oh, you noticed? Yeah. I forgot to take a screenshot of it. I was like, damn, what's with that face? Kazuma! A noise that sounds like a gunshot could have been made with? Okay. So, it's not the... Wait, do you think it was... Maybe I should examine it? Can't find anything out of place. Oh man. Here, at the wicker. Have you had an idea, Mr. Naruhodo? You're staring at the end of the string of fireworks. Sorry, it's just that it's the Venus special. I was wondering what 600 pence worth of fireworks would sound like. Shall we find out? What? But she said it could blow up the courtroom.
Bang!
All right, that was a fairly sizable bang. My ears are still ringing, Mr. Naruhodo. It sounded almost exactly like... Oh my god. All I had to do was examine it. Goddamn, okay. So now we know it goes off like a gunshot, so now we can present it.
Take that!
Take that.
Something like this. I know, for real, right? God damn. The culprit could have set off one of these to fake a gunshot.
Good gracious! The very fireworks that are sold by the witness.
Now hold on a minute.
You say I did it?
My pretty little fireworks only make a little pop anyway. See?
Not 100 of them together. The Venus special that you sell for 600 pennies sound like this.
Smoke it.
As the court now can now attest, it sounds very much like a gunshot. Oh, the candle! The candle, guys! Remember the candle? There's like only one candle that was like broken off. Maybe the suspect placed the fireworks on top of that candelabrum. Remember? And by 5 o'clock, it was able to light it up. And that's what they heard, a shebang! Yeah, that would explain also why only one of the candles is broken. Oh, damn! You're trying to suggest that somebody set one of those fireworks off at the scene? I'm suggesting that somebody knew the defendant was in the room at 5 that day and sought to implicate him by creating a sound like a gunshot for these peddlers like a gunshot for these peddlers on Fresno Street to hear.
Die.
Objection!
OBJECTION. I'm an injection. Pew.
But even the accused himself has testified that he saw no one else in the room at the time. Whether it was a gun or a firecracker, the only person present to cause the bang was Baroque Van Zeeks.
One whiff of a match and my fireworks go pop. See? It's why people like him.
I fear for your fingers, young lady.
Objection!
Recently, during my time here in Britain, I've learned of a very useful invention indeed. Something called, a time bomb.
Good heavens! A bomb?
Yes, a device that allows you to blow up whatever you like, whenever you like. And Mr. Naruhodo, I worry that your unfortunate phrasing, may lead to yet another international incident. No, wait, it's the whenever you like part that's important. A time device. Yes, exactly. A time device. Something of that nature could have been planted at the scene. A device that was able to produce the sound of a gunshot long after the culprit had left.
Oh. Your extravagant claim will have to be substantiated with evidence, Counsel.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, Santa.
What proof do you have to suggest in any way that a time device was employed to create the gunshot sound?
Ha, ha, ha.
Well. I reckon you know.
Take that!
As the court has already discussed, the tip of one of the candles in the candelabrum has been blown off.
Indeed, because it was struck by the bullet which presumably passed through the victim.
I don't think that's possible, my lord.
Not possible. Why?
Because of the scorching. There are gunpowder scorch marks clearly visible on the broken candle.
The war? Oh goodness, yes. But is it not the case that there was also scourging on the victim around the bullet entry wound?
That's right, there was. But as we heard earlier, scourging like that only occurs when the target is at a very close range, a matter of centimeters from the gun.
Oh,
Which means that the scourging on the candle can't possibly be the result of a gunshot.
you're suggesting it came from the fireworks?
How can that be? Hey?
The fact that there's such visible scourging on the candle suggests that the fireworks must have been right next to it when they exploded. Or, to put it another way, the candle and firecrackers were joined together.
Oh. なるほど.
The culprit somehow attached the fireworks. Oh, I keep saying fireworks, it says firecrackers. Firecrackers at a point partway down the candle. After the killer had left the scene, the candle slowly burned down along with the other two, until eventually it ignited the fuse of the firecrackers, generating a loud sound. A loud bang.
とっとどっとどっと.
And that is how these three witnesses came to believe they'd heard a gunshot at 5 o'clock.
Oh, everyone's amazed.
Well, what a plot.
And this implies that the victim could have died earlier than we've been led to believe. The previous day even.
Now, Now just hold your horses. Hold us down here so the victim go into the building, remember? I couldn't forget the flame-colored hair, even if I wanted to.
The person you saw entering the building wasn't the victim at all. Consider this.
Huh?
Obviously, anybody can wear a wig. So the person that these witnesses saw entering the building 15 minutes before the incident occurred could easily have been someone else entirely, wearing the red hairpiece.
Someone else? Do you mean to say?
He was the same person who contrived the firecracker trick. In other words, Inspector Gregson's killer.
Why are you laughing?
Very impressive, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Look at him, admiring his boyfriend. I mean his wife. I mean his best friend.
Kazuma? I'm really quite amazed you've come this far. But after all, wasn't I the one who told you that you had all the makings of a great defense lawyer? I also noted the lack of a time of death in this report, a stark omission. But as far as I'm concerned, this whole country's justice system leaves a lot to be desired.
Oh, he's calling out the Brits. Done.
Order! Prosecutor Asoge! What on earth do you mean by that statement?
I hear that many of the leading members of Britain's judiciary are present to observe this trial today. So we cannot allow even the slightest doubt to be overlooked. The defense's assertion about the time of death based on the victim's stopwatch is just conjecture. But while the possibility exists that my learned friend may be correct, we have a duty to explore it.
Well, certainly I would agree with you.
And what immediately comes to mind is, of course, what was Inspector Gregson doing? And where did he go on the day before the incident?
Do you know?
The inspector always carried out his investigative work alone. His movements were treated as confidential within Scotland Yard.
Even with a yacht?
However, considering the evidence we've been presented with so far, I'd say it's fairly apparent what case the man was pursuing. Wouldn't you, my learned friend?
Hello there, TPG. Yeah, we make a good progress. Hi.
Did you like the thumbnail? Did Van Z bite him, my learned friend? Yeah. Maybe it's their way of like acknowledging the other person has like a brain or something, like smart fellow or something like that. I'm not sure. Because with the way Kazuma uses it, I don't feel like it's derogatory versus when Baroque was kind of using it to pick on Naruhodo. Yeah. You were looking through the detail before joining. Eto, the conspiracy board, I forgot to put one thing. There was supposed to be like a big text on it saying, "Are fish and chips losing popularity or going extinct?" Something like that. Because some of the wording on the papers on the board kind of alludes to it. But yeah, it was fun making that last minute. I just literally finished it before stream. I do have a feeling about what case he might have been investigating. Yes, I agree. Surely. No, that would have been so good. I know, right? I do plan to finish it. Like, I wanted to add more papers and text on it and maybe just replace it in the future for the VOD. Yeah.
My lord,
The defense believes it can explain to the court the case that was being investigated by Inspector Gregson at the time of his death.
bonk. Very well, counsel, present your argument to the court.
What evidence is suggestive of the case being investigated by Inspector on the day prior to the incident? Well. We have no other redhead thingy-mabob except this! I believe this red hair piece points to the answer. We might assume it was part of a disguise used to carry out an undercover investigation.
Surely not. Such a brightly colored hairpiece would only serve to make the inspector more noticeable.
Yes, that's quite true. It would definitely have made him stand out in a crowd. Except, that is in a crowd full of gentlemen from the Red-Headed League.
The red-headed leg? Oh,
So, you'd already worked it out. Damn! He's so proud of him, yo! Look at Kazuma, so proud of Ryunosuke.
what on earth is this all about?
The smirk, I know, it's... if it looks so affectionate.
The Red-Headed League is currently under investigation for a grand deception. A deception of what nature, counsel?
They've been targeting red-headed men across all of London and tricking them out of a small sum of money. 2 men were arrested for the misdemeanor only yesterday, in fact.
My lord,
The defense calls for those 2 men to be summoned at once.
2 redheads?
Inspector Gregson clearly infiltrated the Red-Headed League using this hairpiece, so it's very likely that he had direct contact with these criminals. And it's quite possible that such contact led to more serious events.
Kabonk.
I concur that we cannot, in good conscience, leave this new avenue unexplored.
Well done, Mr. Naruhodo! Well, it's another possible line of inquiry for us at least.
The prosecution will make immediate arrangements for the charged men to appear. Bring these 2 Red-Headed League conspirators before me, Prosecutor Asori. At once, my lord. Very good. We will have a 30-minute recess. Court is adjourned. Bonk.
Bonk. Bonka donka donka.
Oh god, if we only had continued it last stream, there, it was just... We were there. Oh, that's fine, we'll just continue on. As usual.
Bum bum bum.
Oh.
2nd November, 12:33 p.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber.
Oh, there you are, Odo. Why, kept you, my dear fellow. Oh, hello, Mr. Sholmes. Gina. You're sure about what you said in there? That boss, you know, actually died the day before? It's really hard to swallow. Yes, I was shocked by the revelation too, Gina. As was I. Possibly both shocked at both of you. It's not a competition, Mr. Sholmes. But I was more shocked than all of you put together.
This is the autopsy report question, is it?
Another hearing is not finished? Yeah, because they gotta call on the 2 witnesses, but I think it will continue. Usually, this part of the trial, they just continue on, don't they? I suppose there's a simple explanation, or perhaps it was a deliberate omission.
Oh dear. If it was deliberate, it puts me in mind of the last case we worked on, and Dr. Scythe.
I know. Anyway, it seems that on the day before Lord Van Zieks discovered his body, Inspector Gregson was investigating the Red-Headed League, so perhaps something happened with them. Come to think of it, you had trouble with those League men too, didn't you, Mr. Sholmes? You were taken in by their trick.
No. Naturally, I wasn't taken in as you put it. My sleuth-hound interest was merely piqued slightly by the rare scent of a weekly £4 income.
And that scent masked the underlying scent of deception, I suppose.
The 2 criminals in question are the pair we saw being arrested yesterday, aren't they? In Mr. Sholmes' suite, I mean. That's right, Suze. And it was me who took me. Thanks to a tip-off by a good law-abiding citizen. Indeed, yours truly.
So it's going to be that pair in the witness next. Something doesn't quite make sense to me, though. The day before Inspector Gregson was found, you hadn't had trouble with the Red-Headed League yet, had you? Why would the inspector have been investigating them?
Well, the likely explanation would be that Gregson's own sleuth-bound interest was piqued by the rare scent of a weekly £4 income. Don't tie with the same brush as you, Sholmes.
Yes, well... Then there's the whole issue of Inspector Gregson being investigated by Lord Van Zieks for some reason.
The Reaper, the Red-Headed League, Inspector Gregson, Lord Van Zieks,
and Kazuma. I feel as though he knew we'd arrived at this point somehow.
Gosh, I think you're right.
What's he really trying to achieve here today? This reminds me of... There was a case, I don't remember exactly which one, but it was in the original trilogy with Phoenix Wright and Miles Edgeworth. There was a case where they kind of just tag teamed and didn't really care who was guilty or not, but more of they were interested in the truth. So I'm feeling that Kazuma is like doing the same thing, you know? Aside from Kazuma having some agenda that he has to get to or goal, it seems like he's just going for the truth so far, in my opinion. And maybe poking holes and fun at the Brits for their holes in their procedures and stuff.
Yeah, sister-ne. Oh, the answers will soon be revealed. Observe the time, my dear fellow. This recess will be over very shortly.
Yes, you're right.
What about lunch?
Kazuma was determined that he should be the one to prosecute this trial. And he was determined that I should take the defense. Just, what is it that he's hoping to make me see? I wonder. I get the feeling we're a long way from the end of this trial yet. Are you ready then, Mrs. Sato?
Yes. The 2nd of November, 1 p.m., the Old Bailey courtroom. Hashupa shupa shupa shupa. Hashupa shupa shupa shupa.
Van Zieks really stands with How do you put this?
With elegance. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again. We resume the closed court hearing of Barak 1-6, here present who stands accused of murder. Now then, Prosecutor Asoge.
My lord?
Have you summoned the witnesses as requested?
Yes, the 2 members of the Red-Headed League who planned and carried out the deception. They arrived not long ago from the local prison by police carriage.
Very good.
You might even murder me. I'll keep standing like that. Yeah, I know, right? It's like you can try fighting Van Dix, but I could definitely imagine he's still standing that way.
Very good.
Bonk.
Bailiff, usher the 2 men into the courtroom.
Yes, sir. Yes, sire. Here they are, sir.
Whoa!
Is that spaghetti? Oh my god. Guys, I want spaghetti. Do you guys want some spaghetti? Or carbonara? Oh my god. Carbonara? Tapitay.
You ready for more accents? Here they come. Oh no!
Kabaliwas.
These 2 men are currently being held by the police on suspicion of attempted extortion. You may omit your occupations, but state your names now for the court.
I am Fabien de Rousseau. Rousseau.
I don't know French.
A descendant of the great de Rousseau family from Nice in France. And my name is Kino de Roshi. I'm the 3rd son of the great Familia de Roshi, the landowners from Napoli.
The 2 men first became acquainted at a boarding school for European nobility.
Wow. Those who graduate from them seek out as future leaders of Europe. But do you have an idea how boring it is to be born with noble blood? Yes. I make it my mission to get the better of the world by employing the little grey cells of my brain. That is all I'm trying to do, huh?
So, that's the only reason for this whole grand deception you've been carrying out?
Sweet. You could say that. Not bad, eh? He has the grand ideas, but the petty plans. Strange combination is the charm of the hilarious...
Wait, of the hilarious? Yeah, hilarious, right?
Hilarious brothers. See, Capo?
Wait, is that Chapo? I'm not sure. Is he trying to be Italian? I have no Italian in me. Well, actually, that's a lie. My great-grandfather might have been Italian based on my father's stories. I think I mentioned that before on stream. It's like my dad's grandpa is Italian. So, who married a Filipina and lived in the Philippines because he was adopted by a Filipino family. And that's where my family sprouts out. Yeah.
Listen to me, Pepino. I have 2 things to say to you. Eh? She? Are you about to tell me one of your grand anecdotes? Here we va.
Couple. So it's just regular couple. Alright.
Firstly, I want you to stop calling me this couple. And secondly, we are not the hilarious brothers. This is serious business.
Oh no.
Cibello.
Or is it Cibello? I have no idea what this is.
There it is. The cap horse, trumper card, the furrowed brows. It is the capo, the furrow and the meaning of your words. The court has been led to believe that under the banner of the Red-Headed League, you have conspired to swindle money from unsuspecting members of the public. Is this true? Oui.
Oh no, I don't know French.
C'est ça?
Is that what? I know c'est levé. Is this c'est ça? I've got no idea. I have no French fries in me, go man.
And what exactly was the nature of this deception by which you planned to defraud?
Lost, I will explain it. Don't Capo, leave it to me.
Oh, is that like Luigi?
Leave it to me. It's me. As you see, we both have the vivid red hair, no? At school, we were teased for this without pity. The couple here, he has many times behind the schoolhouse crying like the Trevi fountain. Oh, so dogs one day say the world will respect us again. Every night he would bury his head in his pillow. C'est bien, Pipito. Enough. I will explain the rest. The first step was the newspaper advertisement. About 1 week ago, the plan was put into operation. We listed the same notice in every paper in London.
Yes, we saw that notice. It was this one, I believe, entitled To the Red-Headed League.
Oui, c'est ça. I bothered that you'd have seen it.
It states that the only condition for joining the league is having flame-colored hair. And that if you satisfy the interview panel and are admitted into the league, you could receive a week income of £4. On a date specified, red-headed hopefuls gathered in droves at a park specified in the advertisement. And from each person present, this pair took an application fee of 5 shillings.
And with the money to funds. It was a plan most elegant, no?
No, it was most dishonorable. But to be frank, I'm stunned by anybody was foolish enough to be taken in by such an obvious trick. The park was described by one witness as choked with red-headed folk, like a coster's orange barrow. And the day on which all of these men gathered to apply was the day before the victim was discovered. Crucially, these 2 men spoke face-to-face with every single person present that day.
3. I have seen more red-headed people in a day than I will ever see in the rest of my life. See. And now, every time I see the couple's hair, I feel sick to my stomach. Anyway, why have we been summoned here today?
Sorry?
The date for our trial was not until tomorrow, I was told.
Naturally, neither of these men have been told any details about this trial. They've only been shown this photograph.
Very good.
The 4th case in resolve?
Yep, that's right. Wahahahahaha. That's right. Wait, let me read that again. Wahahahahaha. There we go.
So yeah, it is the 4th case. We're still on the 2nd part of the trial, so it's fairly still in the beginning.
And yeah, welcome.
So, Mr. de Rossol and Mr. de Rossi, will you now give your formal testimony for the court on the subject of the gentleman pictured in this photograph?
Of course, we are always ready to help with the law. With the law.
Ching ching. The man in the photograph.
We had then 1,000 red-headed people assembled in the park on Lime Street that day. But I don't recall the man in this photograph. Eh, capo? No. No. I don't remember him. Obviously dead now, but I assure you he was not in the park. Hello. This victim has nothing to do with us. You have a lot to answer for, Peppino. It is your fault that we got caught in the first place. Oh, what did Peppino do?
You've given sworn testimony that this man in the photograph was not present. Can you be certain?
Oui. I'm quite certain. We did not interview this man. Nobody looking like this came to the park. This I can promise.
It must be noted that you have been arrested for grand deception, however. Accordingly, this court has little confidence in your assurances.
If with this attitude we get nowhere, eh?
He's really a sulking now. This confidential document was obtained directly from Scotland Yard. It records an entry from the inspector's private diary dated the day before the incident. It reads, Lime Street Red-Headed League undercover.
I have the answer. Maybe there was another similar event in the park on the day in question, eh? That is ridiculous.
There's no question that Inspector Gregson was investigating the Red-Headed League. Which means it's quite possible that's when he was killed.
Very well. The defense may proceed with the cross-examination. Ho, ho.
Ah, yes, my lord.
Yes, my lord, my lady.
Malavia.
The man in the photograph.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm pressing you.
1,000 people. That's a very big crowd.
It was quite a spectacle. Redheads had come from all over the capital. See, the capo here, he has the magnetissimo animale. Nobody else could attract so many people. If I could be born again, I would be the capo. All those people wanted was the money, Peppino. The £4 for a week.
Are you suggesting that you spoke personally with all 1,000 applicants?
Oui, that we did. Because every one of them paid us 5 shillings.
Whoa, they earned 5K.
Whoa. We take their names and we take their money and we take their addresses as well. Senator, then we make us some days to let them know by post. Elinito, maybe 2 minuti a person.
Finito. Sorry, I thought it was an L. My bad.
We start early in the morning and we stop late in the night.
So you earned 5,000 shillings in one day? That's a small fortune. You'd have thought there were 1,000 such gullible redheads in London to start with.
One of whom was a great detective
With chemically altered hair. Sholmes looked like Ronald McDonald when he had the red hair.
Hold it!
I'm pressing you, Italian.
He doesn't look at all familiar.
No, I don't think so. This is a wig, eh? He was trying to trick us. I do not like the people who are trying to trick the other people.
It says the corn artist. If between them they interviewed 1,000 people with red hair, it would be unreasonable to expect them to remember every face.
No, signor. Signore, I may be small, but my memory is very large. I never forget a thing. In my opinion, I do not think this man was in the park.
But he's not going to give the court a definite, it seems.
Hey, Capo, you didn't see a man like this, huh? None. I don't remember him. And obviously he's dead now, but I assure you he was not in the park.
Hold it!
Or was he? But according to what you've said, you spoke with 1,000 or more people that day.
Yes, that's true. My eyes were burning by the end of the day.
Surely then, you can't actually remember every single face. How are you so certain? And that this particular man wasn't present?
Normally the red hair is very distinctive, eh? But not when you have 1,000 redheads crowding around. Then it is just an eyesore. But if there was some other information you could give us, maybe then we would recall. That is not the line, Pepino. Remember, we do not remember him. We are sure of this fact, eh? If there was a man with a red hairpiece, but his mustache did not match the color, then I do not think I could have forgotten him.
Kazuma said these two had already been shown that photograph, and they've been told nothing else at all. But what if I fed them just one other detail about the victim? For example, I like how the fish and chips is a choice. So, well, I don't think the fish and chips are significant here. The name, Profession could be. I guess we can try that. I don't think they'll remember the names of 1,000 redheads or so. But, oh well, you know what? Let's just try. Let's just try. I have a feeling it's this one. I can certainly appreciate that just knowing the man had red hair wouldn't help you remember in this situation. But what if I told you that the man in the red hairpiece was actually a detective?
The man in the photograph, a detective.
Yes. It would appear he found your notice in the paper suspicious and decided to investigate incognito.
Sorry, but this changes nothing. Oh, Peppino, my boy, what is it, Peppino? Tell us.
Something to add, Mr. De Rossi?
See, I am always adding something, Parmesan, olive oil, pepper.
What I mean is, did you not agree with your friend's last remark by any chance?
Eh? What did he just say? About the detective?
Yes, that.
Keep your mouth shut, Peppino. You have said enough already. But why, Capo? Why is the problem? There was someone who said, I am an inspector from Scotland Yard.
What? Wait, he just gave out his cover? For real?
Hey.
Explain this volte-face? Volte-face? Well, what is that?
Volte-face, your testimony witness. It's simple. A man who was at the park. There was no such a man. Mada, what are you saying, Capo? Have you forgotten, eh? I have forgotten nothing. Nobody like this came to the park. Basta, Capo, basta. You beat me at many things, but not two. the memory and the meals.
The memory and the meals.
Like I said, when it's time to eat the pasta, no one is faster. But you are inferior to me in every other way, so shut up.
Objection!
Yuri. Oh, both of them. Well, Nani.
Drop that, the damage is done.
Indeed it is, sir.
3. There was a man who came to the park and he said he was an inspector from Scotland, yeah? However, he looked nothing like the man in the photograph. It was someone else.
How can you be so sure?
Because to start with, his face was completely different.
So there was another person?
See, it's true. The man who came was younger. His face was clean shaven. His eyes were sadder. His chin was thinner.
Is this man Zeke's?
No resemblance whatsoever then.
Anyway, I was not going to be fooled. I took the obvious precaution and said to him, "If you are really a detective, show us the proof."
Ah no, this is Sholmes. Remember he mentioned about Eto trying to get in, and then they found out who he was, and then they kicked him out.
See, the capo here, he doesn't take no nonsense, eh? But he was well prepared. He said he had identification.
Identification? You mean official police inspector's identification?
That is most unconvincing.
Oh, sorry, my lord?
Counsel, no incognito inspector would offer his identification for inspection. It's quite out of the question.
Oh, he has a point. Judge here has a point. Definitely. Why would he expose his true identity?
Clearly the papers were fake.
Oh, fake. 誰かな?
Certo, capo, you are a genius.
Wait a minute, did he just do the Mario jump? Did he just do the... You know, like when he goes hit the block on top? Oh my god. Right? Oh, that's a nice one.
As we say in Italia, it takes a thief to recognize another day.
Some thumbnail super witty. Hello, Kran. It's my favorite thumbnail so far for this game. It's my favorite right now. And what happened after he announced that he was a detective?
He became very annoying. He said you were under investigation. So I took his papers from him and chased him out of the park. It was fantastico, and look, here is a identification.
So you stole it from the man.
He had it coming, he made us very scared. But he was not who he said he would be.
So wait.
But he was not who he said he was.
Oh my god, the grammar in this thing.
Indeed, the person described does not appear to have behaved as a true inspector would. However, I believe it would be prudent for these identification papers to be entered into evidence.
Oh my god, the accents are mixing in my mouth.
But I like them. Who touched my spaghetti?
Okay, let's take a look at these items. Where are you? Metropolitan Police warrant card. Card? I can't find anything out of place. But open it. Well, I suppose we should see what the inspector's identification looks like. Whoa, there's not even a picture here. Strange. Yes, it definitely looks fake, doesn't it? Out of interest, what name is given? Probably just something plucked out of the air. It's Tobias Gregson. Wait, is someone pretending to be Gregson? Wait, what? This Scotland Yard insignia looks genuine to me. But how? And the department and identification number details are all correct as well. Eh? Then did someone steal Gregson's ID? Since when have you known those? Sasuga Sosato. Do you mean to say... I know it seems incredible, but yes. I think this is a genuine identification book issued by Scotland Yard. But that's unbelievable. This is a real thing, after all? Nani? Na? Surprise, surprise.
Now let us return to the witness's testimony.
Yes, sir. Judge, sir. Okay. Eliora, this victim is nothing to do with us. I doubt that.
But hold on. Because we know it's a genuine ID. So did they already mention about it being a fake? Hold on. No, they didn't mention it. Okay. This will continue. This one. Alright.
Hold it!
All that it?
We only have your word for now.
See. But what else can we do, eh?
True.
If we are not having much fun these days. First we are arrested, then we are shown the horrible picture of a dead man. And now you question every single thing we say. We are the victims here. Capo?
No, you were caught carrying out a plan to swindle hundreds of innocent people.
You had to bring that up, eh? It's not fair. Capo? You have a lot to answer for, Peppino. It is your fault that we were caught in the first place. What did he do?
Hold it!
What do you mean by that?
Valo, you promised not to say, Capo? After we had taken all the money that day, we should have left the country. That was my plan. I left the purchasing of the tickets for the ferry to Dunkirk to my companion here. But he bought them for the wrong day. What's the hell say? See? But it's an easy mistake to make, eh? The 1st, the 31st? Ugh. I have no sympathy for you. We were an all day late for the boat because of your stupidity. And it's only because of this that the so-called great red-headed detective caught us. Capo, you know what I think. This is the work of God. It's a holy punishment, eh?
Holy punishment. Divine intervention.
Peppino, for the last time, this is not holy punishment. This is only your fault. Yeah. Don't blame God for your unholy mistakes. You're making me sick with anger. Maybe I make a mistake, but when it's time to eat the pasta, no one is faster.
And I've seen the evidence. They haven't told us much we didn't already know. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, if it was in Inspector's diary, it seems likely that he must have gone to Lime Street that day. And yet these two both claim they didn't see him. I have to say, they don't appear to be telling lies. Well, they are experts in deception, don't forget. Sounding plausible is their specialty. They may be lying simply to avoid being implicated in this case as well. Surely, if they were truly experts in deception, they wouldn't have been caught. Well, yes, you do have a point there. It seems to me like we need more information.
Definitely. Nani ka na?
Red-headed people that day. I don't recall this man in the photograph. A couple? No, I don't remember him. Obviously, he's dead now, but I assure you he was not in the park. The victim is nothing to do with us. For this one, nani ka na? Technically, it does have something to do with them. I mean, it is a police officer or detective going on them, right? So maybe we have to present this and say it's an official thing, so they were actually being investigated. I don't know, maybe. Ito. Let's try. We have 5 lives.
Objection!
Objectiones.
I wonder if I could ask you to examine this identification book very closely.
Oh, that's okay, Nishimiya-san. Hi, see you again, ne?
And feel free to look at the VOD if ever.
Oh, don't forget to like the stream, ne? Give support to One-san would be happy about it if I tell her, ne? Hi. Oyasumi nasai. Sleep well. Dream of a pizza pasta. Pizza pasta.
I wonder if I could ask you to examine this identification book very closely.
Mr. Straw?
Why Miss Lestrade?
What is your intention here, Counsel?
Is this really a fake or is it genuine? That's the question. Which we can't answer ourselves.
Objection!
Don't be ridiculous. No Scotland Yard detective will allow his or her identification to be stolen. That is the boss's. No question about it. It can't be. As I suspected. The undercover detective who attended the Red-Headed League enrollment on the day in question was the real Inspector Gregson, carrying out an incognito investigation.
Zelo!
He fell down on his butt. But if the boss had his identification stolen, he would have reported it right away. I mean, he was always on at me about it. If you left something, report it once, you say. Could it be then that the inspector was physically unable to report it?
Physically, eh? What are you saying?
Unable to... You're not suggesting... Yes, it's quite possible that he was killed before he had a chance to report his identification stolen.
No.
Hush, 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 puppy.
Bonk, bonk. The defense posits that the victim was killed the day before his body was discovered at a different location. Do you two have anything to say about that?
I know nothing. I don't know nothing. Pull yourself together, Peppino. Mon Dieu, you can behave a little more like a master criminal than that, no? Now I wish I had returned to Italia. Stop crying, Peppino, please. Otherwise No, stop your whining and start talking.
Well, I believe the court will.
I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing.
I actually had no idea how to read it, but I just thought. But you will tell everything, or face the worst possible outcome.
You will draw your eyes and testify again about these identification papers and the precise circumstances under which you came by them.
For crying out loud. The detective and the identification.
The truth is we took him prisoner and kept him for the night at a secret hideout. Even though I didn't think he was a real detective, I was too scared to let him go that damn suitcase. We took the man's identification from him and shut him in the room next to us. There might have been a little tussle, but we did him no harm, and the morning we let him go. We spent the night in a nice room. It was nothing like a prison, really.
Very thoughtful of them to be so emotional, you know? To show the bearings of their heart.
This is outrageous. You imprisoned the man.
But no, see, no. It was not like a prison. He was very comfortable and calm and happy. Capo? It was never part of my plan. I swear it. So you think it was my fault, eh? Just because I got the date of the ferry wrong by one little day? I do not think it was your fault, Peppino. I know it. No. El favor, capo. It's not fair.
Bonk.
You shall have plenty of time for squabbling back at the prison, gentlemen.
I don't believe this. How could they have been a real detective?
Counsel for the defense, proceed with the cross-examination.
So on the day before the incident, Gregson spent the night confined in this pair's hideout.
Kapang. The detective and the identification. The truth is, we took him and kept him for a night at a secret hideout.
Hold it!
Do you realize what you're saying?
You have to believe me. I never intended for that to happen. And I'm sure the detective did not intend it either.
Do you think?
But there was nothing else I could do. See, nothing else. This was the first cry for a couple. He was at the end of his wits. I've told you before, Pepino. That is not a way to describe a criminal mastermind.
Oh, what about the hideout of yours?
An old empty house behind the park on Lime Street. We rented the place for 2 days. It was an inspired idea by the couple here.
An impulse idea, I would say.
No. Not the impulse inspired a couple. So what am I supposed to say to that, Pepino?
And it wasn't the house described that you confined Inspector Gregson, was it?
Oui. But you have to remember, I was under the impression that he was a pretender, not a real inspector.
That doesn't quite add up, though. If you didn't think the man was a real inspector, there would have been no reason to take him prisoner, would there?
No, you're right. But we couldn't be completely certain. Even though I didn't think he was a real detective, I was too scared to let him go that day in the cave. Just in case.
Hold it!
Pokini.
Too scared? Why?
Because why had he come to the park? We don't know. There was a chance that he had seen through my plan. And if that was the case, we would go straight to the police station to blow a whistle on us. Even if he was just feigning to be an inspector, he was up to no good. Eh? Without a doubt, eh? Yes, baby Utrecht? What is a baby Utrecht? Were you woken up by my great pasta impression? What is a baby? Ah, you're sippy, drinking water. Sippy. Soda na.
It's my dog. I think most people would agree that it's you two who were up to no good.
Well, see, you may be right, eh, couple? The point is, we were not able to escape from England immediately. Nani kore? Oh, hello, baby Utrecht.
Oh, that's an alert from Twitch.
Oh, Sarunoni. Whatever you are. From YouTube, I thank you for following my Twitchy.
It's really funny because my Facebook, YouTube alerts, they fail me every single time. But Twitch is always working. It's so funny.
So very funny. So funny.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate and the stretch. Oh, and Utrecht is licking my feet, so I'm patting him right now for everybody.
Good baby breath. Who's the good baby breath? Very good breath. Oh, my back, my spine. Mas pie sa spaghetti. It's okay, Chen. It's okay, baby.
Today's drink is green tea. Sencha to be specific. That hit the spot.
ありがとうね。
That is why we had no choice but to take the man prisoner. What I don't understand is why the inspector felt the need to show you his identification in the first place. See, I asked myself the same question. You need to fix some tea. Oh, that's a good idea. What kind of tea would you make? We were writing down the names and addresses of all the people who we took 5 shillings from that day. I have forgotten what name he said, but the address, it startled me. See, address? Scotland Yard Homicide Division, he said. What? He probably didn't like your face, Pipino. Anyway, I was not rude. I just politely asked him why he had said it. And that's when he started to say he was an inspector. Not long afterwards, he took out his identification. Oh, black and herbal teas. Oh, black tea is good to use if you want to make homemade milk tea. Mix them up? Oh no, I don't know if that's a good idea. What was Inspector Gregson playing at? Tell the court what happened next. You took him back to your hideout, you say? See, we did it. We took the man's identification from him. Oh wait, yeah. And shut him in the room next to us.
Hold it!
That being this identification book here, correct? See, that is the one. What made you believe that it was a forgery? I never seen a real one, of course. But he was so suspicious, this man. Allora I was thinking it must be falso. Capo? It is just as Peppino said. We were convinced it was not a genuine. And so together, the hilarious brothers, we took the man captive. All we did was shove him inside a locked room. Then we made preparations to transport all of the money. In for a penny, in for a pound.
Pound.
Puss!
What is it, Utre? What is it, baby? Do you hear some noise outside? It's okay, Utre. Oh, do you have some input in the case, Utre? What is it, baby? Okay, baby. What do you think of Peppino? Do you like him? Yes? You're not sure? Hey, you don't like him? Why? Oh, chocolate baby.
It is confirmed the bread does not like Peppino. He was like, and he was just staring at me in the eyes. Oh, weird little baby.
What? You wanna go out? Oh, yeah. What else? What will you do outside, baby? Are you gonna look at the neighborhood and spy at the Really? Are you sure? Oh, we really want to. You wanna go out?
Ah,
Okay, so my doggo wants to go out and spy on people. He's always spying at people at night. What is with this dog? Do you have an input on the case, babe? Oh, he ignored. Oh well. Okay. What do you mean by a little tussle exactly? Buff. It was nothing, just a minor incident. The Poso Inspector, he was a real piece of work, eh, Capo? What happened? It was a disaster. We gave him a nice room, and what does he do, eh? In the middle of the night, he tries to escape through the window. Through the ventilatore. Can you blame him? We chased him, bien sûr. And we caught him again. Can you blame us? Wait, you didn't shoot the man in your haste, did you? There! Who do you think we are? Of course not. I simply caught hold of him again and took him back to the room. Pepino, what is it, Madu?
Excuse me.
Sumimasen.
Mr. DeRossi, is something wrong?
I am me.
Something Mr. DeRosso just said seemed to make you, well, it seemed to make you act even more strangely than usual. What was that all about?
Cavallo, at times like this and like that, you don't want to have the capo after you, believe me. And I speak from a personal experience.
Personal experience?
That is enough, Pepino. There is no need to say more. And the truth is, the night before we put the red-headed league plan into action, I was scared. It was not fair for the capo, but I tried to run away.
Hello, brother. This is Pepino. Oh, brother, I forgot to say hello.
Wait, that's her name.
It's a guy.
That's good.
Yeah, his name is Pepino De Rossi. He's Italian. So I'm doing my best to be... He does the Super Mario jump that he hits the block on the top. It's funny. Brother can be Pepino. Brother, give them your best Mario or Luigi.
No,
You can do it, brother.
No.
Please.
Tapos na. I don't think... No, I can't do it. I actually can't. No.
Let's try, please.
No, I can't.
Oh, it's okay, Trip. Brother is here to go with you.
Please, brother. Give us your best pepperoni.
Why would
Your
you
pita
like
pasta. It's okay. Come back, don't run away. Ah, brother, you so kedge. Aw, he fled. Flee successful, god darn it.
It was not fair to the capo, but I tried to run away.
It's a shame you didn't manage it.
But the capo here, he came after me like a turbine. And he dragged me back to the house kicking and screaming. I still have a bruise to prove it, eh, capo?
Bruises, you say?
Ah, you wanna see it? You wanna see my fantastical bruises? That's enough, Pepino. No one wants to look at any part of you. What to do, eh? I show you, eh? Or I don't. I show you, or I don't.
You do! Now!
Whoa, Kazuma wants to see.
Hello, right? Everyone wants to see it, and I do it.
Where is it?
Ecco, you see, it's still very visible, eh?
That red ring around your neck? You got that when you were dragged back to the house? Looks like you got hanged.
It's okay, baby Uhtred. It's okay, baby Brad. I love you. Don't be jelly of chat. I love you, baby Uhtred. Good boy. Good baby. Yes, baby. Good baby.
You have offered your belly and I shall rub. Hold on, guys. The Breb has demanded a belly rub. And we must deliver.
Good baby doggo. Who's the good doggo? You're the good doggo. Who's the cute bread? You're the cute bread. Who's the adorable, huggable bread? You are. Look at you. So cute, You just want to sleep? I'm sorry if I'm loud, baby. Oh, man. He's holding my hand. So cute. Ah, so cute. Good baby. It's okay. Good baby Uhtred. Look at you, chubby little doggy. So chubs. And making me into a lollipop again. Good baby. You want to say something in the chat box? His face was like, what? Hell no. Wow, we are not blessed by you today. Is that it, baby? Wow, good boy. Good baby Uhtred. Okay, good boy. Just behave, okay? Good baby. Good baby. Ah.
Stealing all her attention. He always does. Whenever I'm in voice call with other people, even if it's just oh, it's okay, baby. You'll have me up on it. And thank you for pointing out I was muted. I had no idea. How long was I muted? Anyway.
I said that's enough.
In the middle of the phrase, so come.
Pepina's neck is nothing to do with what we were talking about here. You have my word.
Yes, this is your opinion. What is your opinion, Council?
About this red ring around Mr. DeRose's neck. I wonder, does it matter? Well, does it actually? Let's look at the court records. It could be, who knows? Oh yeah, I forgot we also had the missing gut. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, I guess I could be just mistaking the two.
It's baby. Yeah.
Okay, just a moment, guys. Uhtred wants to go out, but I guess he refuses to step outside with just brother.
I'll be back.
Real quick, I'll just pass him to brother.
Ah.
Every time I'm with people in VC, he's silent. Hold on. I was saying that every time in a voice call, he would, Uhtred, my dog, he would always like start getting my attention exactly when he starts hearing me talking to other people.
Oh, is that who I think it is? Is that you, Kawaii Iro-san?
Hello, Iro. How are you? How are you, my precious? Well, I still think I made the cursed metal that made different kinds of factions fight and turned Sauron evil, but I'm fine. And Gollum seems to be still in the lava with me, yeah? Detective Anzu at it again. Hi, detective and lawyer. Stomach hurts? Oh,
Wow.
pain, pain, go away, fly away to Alaska. Hopefully it's going to not hurt anymore soon. Take care. No. But thank you for making it to the scram. I miss you too. Hi, hope you've been really doing alright, ne? Hi. Where were we? Is the red thinging above important? Court records.
Nani kana?
I don't think it could be related to this thingy-mabobs, but it could be as well. You know what? It doesn't hurt to say it's important.
Mr. De Rossi, I'm going to have to ask you to amend your testimony with details about the mark on your neck.
Hey, Capo, you see, everyone is interested in what I say, eh?
Very well, you will amend your testimony as requested, Mr. De Rossi.
See, if you really want to know. He tried to escape, but the Capo put the collar on him and dragged him back, like what he did to me, to see?
Collar?
Hold it!
I don't remember seeing a collar in the photo of his dead body for Gregson. That's kind of weird. Are you saying that red mark was caused by... See, a big collar made from the leather. Leather collar?
Is this true, Mr. Rousseau?
What? We had said Bernard that when I was younger. It is a souvenir from the time, with a very strong chain. A strong chain? And you put that around your friend's neck? I'm sorry. I was so angry as that he was leaving me alone. You did not have to tie a chain to the leg of the bed, eh? I would not have tried to run away. You didn't do that to Inspector Gregson as well, did you? Treat the people equally is the Capo here's motto, eh?
It's starting to sound a lot more like a prison all of a sudden.
The Capo is tough, but the Capo is rough.
Oh my god.
I shouldn't have done that.
So, the following morning, when you released the inspector,
he had a red ring around his neck just like me. Pepino.
Oh no, I don't know how to speak French.
S'il vous plaît. Leave it now.
That's my guess. I think that's s'il vous plaît.
And now you know it. The Capo here, you don't want to tangle with him, eh? But for the inspector, is not so bad.
This sounds really twisted, no? You took away the man's freedom. However comfortable you make it sound, you were still holding him prisoner.
If you say that, then I say this. There is something that takes away our freedom too, the lack of a memory. So we are the prisoners as well, eh? All of us.
Huh?
No money, no freedom, this is the truth. It make me mad, and it make me sad. What can we do?
Well, if you feel so disenfranchised, take money to court. They will cost you, of course.
There you have it. You see, this is why we need the Redhead League to fight for the justice.
Perhaps he has a point.
No, Mr. Naruhodo. All we did was to give the man a comfortable place to sleep for the night. And you say it was a prison, eh? Huh?
Perhaps he has a point again.
No again, Mr. Naruhodo. You should have heard him snoring. Mother, if anyone was disturbed, it was us.
Not much to go on, really. Their testimony does make me wonder, you know, about this pocket watch belonging to the inspector, I mean. Ah, yes, the one he treasured so much, apparently. If he was confined but not restrained, as the witnesses are implying, he would still have been able to wind his watch. That's very true, yes. So did Inspector Gregson actually die while he was being held captive by these two redheads? In which case, is it possible that these two young men are responsible for Inspector Gregson's... To be honest, I find it that hard to believe. Perhaps we should try to find out exactly what happened.
Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes. Okay, I kinda know already where to go. Where was it? This one. Because we don't have a picture of it. Or... how do I put it? When you look at the... where is it? Here. When you look at the victim's neck, there's no red thingamabob, right? So it means he couldn't have been collared, right? Okay, percentage.
Objection!
So the day before his body was discovered, Inspector Gregson was taken prisoner while working incognito.
No, it was not like that. It was hardly a prison. It was an invitation to stay. It was homely.
However you describe it, there's one glaring inconsistency that remains.
What inconsistency is this, Counsel?
I would ask the court to look closely at this photograph of the victim, Inspector Gregson. You will see that there is no red ring visible around his neck.
Eh? But that makes no sense. It was me who took the collar of the man in the morning. And I saw the red bruises on the neck, just like I have.
Given that the mark is clearly still visible on this witness's neck, we'd expect to see bruising on the victim who was put in the collar more recently than Mr. DeRossi.
Indeed. This is most peculiar.
But what to tell you, huh? We say this from the beginning. Penny times. Peppino is right. The man in the photograph is so different to the man with captains at night.
Oh, well, that could be. It would appear then that on the day before the incident, the man who visited the park on Lime Street posing as an incognito inspector was not Inspector Gregson at all.
Objection!
Objection.
If that's true, however, how do you explain the inspector's identification? This is a genuine identification book, issued by Scotland Yard. It's inconceivable that someone could have stolen such an important item from the inspector. The prosecution made that assertion itself. And we also know that the inspector had made a note about the Red-Headed League in his diary for that day. Which surely means we can't divorce the two events completely.
Bonk.
The inconsistency noted by the defense is most troubling. If it were the real Inspector Gregson whom these two red-headed gentlemen encountered, the fact that no bruising can be seen around his neck defies explanation.
But equally, if they actually encountered an imposter.
Yes, baby, it's okay. It's okay, Utrecht. You can play with your toy. It's fine.
He suddenly just stopped chewing his toy and he looked at me like, am I doing something wrong?
It's okay, baby.
But equally, if they actually encountered an imposter, how did that person come to be in possession of the real inspector's identification?
Does the defense have some plausible explanation, counsel?
The whole thing defies explanation. It is for precisely these occasions that we keep meticulous notes in the court record, Mr. Naruhodo. Because those are the facts, and the facts cannot lie. No, the facts can't lie. Even when they point to something so incredible, it's almost undeniable. Unbelievable. Well, my lord, the true identity of the person who turned up in the park for the Red-Headed League's enrollment is revealed by information in the court record, I believe.
Good gracious!
Oh boy! Very tantalizing, Mr. Naruhodo. So why don't you help us all to see whatever truth it is that you've apparently seen? Who exactly was this inspector that appeared before Mr. de Rousseau and Mr. de Rosy?
Well,
we know the dude, whoever was the detective they met, had a ring on the neck. And it seems like they're quite, insistent of it. So, maybe it was an imposter then. I mean, there's no other way. It's not Greggy himself, as we saw in the corpse. Though it seems incredible, I admit, the undeniable facts point to only one thing. Since no bruising can be seen on the victim's neck,
told ya.
the person who these two red-headed men took prisoner that day cannot have been Inspector Gregson. In other words, your whole argument up to now has been a waste of time.
Objection!
Igyawi.
On the contrary, I haven't finished.
What?
There's no bruising on the victim's neck, so the question immediately posed next is, who exactly was this man in the park on Lime Street found to be carrying Inspector Gregson's identification?
See, that's right. We tell the same story every time. Whoever this man was, the capo dragged him from a pillar to repose with the dog collar.
See, so they're quite insistent of it. So I'm quite convinced they might not be lying about this one.
Mon Dieu, Pepino!
That was not as honest as you say, eh? So what was that the false inspector, eh? Who was he?
Clearly, the defense has an idea about that. About the true identity of the man these two imprisoned that night.
Oh.
I must ask the counsel for the defense to elaborate post haste. Who did the witnesses encounter in the park, posing as Inspector Gregson?
I
actually don't know. Do I know? I'm not sure. I didn't think that through. Yeah, it's like, do I? Oh, he did it. Him. He has a ring in his neck. I think in the previous stream, I pointed it out. There, it's in his picture. So I could choose him, right?
Take
Presento.
that!
Goodness me!
Isn't that one of the witnesses who was in the stand in this very courtroom earlier today?
はい、じじだね。
A nameless man whose only occupation appears to be peddling hearsay to passersby.
Objection!
What on earth would the street seller be doing with the police inspector's identification papers? Witnesses! Is this the man or not?
Hold on, Richard, baby.
What happened to his lip? Ah, sorry, that is Rizal. What's happened to his lip? Huh?
See, this man is not for the red-headed league, eh? He's looking for the twisted lip league, no?
Perhaps rather than making such a rash claim next time, you should bite your lip instead.
Yeah.
It seems improbable, yes, but one undeniable fact remains. During his testimony earlier, I noted something around the man's neck, a red ring of bruising.
Eh?
What? The defense demands that Mr. Gossip be brought back to the stand.
Bailiff! Bring the aforementioned witness back into the courtroom immediately.
すぐに。
What? He's proudly showing it.
Yabe. Well, I never.
An undeniable ring of bruising indeed.
And identical to that of the witness beside him.
Now, what's going on here? Eh? I've always been in this. I've always had this, me. It's a birthmark, isn't it?
A birthmark, you say? I assume the reason you've been recalled to the stand has been explained to you?
It's okay, true. Oh, my Peppy. You don't like the lippy dude? What out? What's wrong, baby? You think he's ugly? Oh, you're too judgmental, baby friend. What wrong, baby? Go out?
Okay, just a moment, guys. I'll just bring my dog to the door and pass him over to Brother Apricot. Just a quick moment. I will be back.
Oh, Torero. Not nice to call names, Doggo. That's right. He's turning delinquent. He's a teenager. What shall I do? I'm a single mom. Wait. さん。私は帰りました。
Hello. Just joking. Alright. The bread is now descending into the wilds to do his business. Okay. So we have Mr. Gossip is back. I am a Summerbound Inspector again. But I'm telling you all, you've got it all wrong as usual. You're denying all knowledge of it. Well, of course I am. Are you trying to cheat me with all of this nonsense, eh? Well, at least you'll have more stories to peddle back on Fresno Street, won't you? Now, we're going to need you to testify again. And you, Mr. De Rousseau and Mr. De Rossi, I'm sure you'll cooperate, won't you? Do we have any choice? We are in a big trouble, eh, Capo?
That's quite enough. Dilatory chatter. Proceed with the testimony. Ho, ho, ho.
Kaponk, kaponk.
Witness testimony.
The inspector and the identification were visited. The man who claimed to be an inspector that day was definitely not this man.
He's right, see? You think we would have forgot these grand leaps, eh?
I'll never leave Fresno Street, alright? I have no interest in any red-headed lady. I'm all alone in the world. Me, have no kinfolk or nothing. Why would I be involved in something like that? Just a moment. Now that I'm looking at him, bro, guys, look at him, okay? Stare at Mr. Gossip right here. You see his face, right? He looks like someone. Doesn't he? Same hair. And then let's say a shirt and the tie. But what's with the lip though? Eyebrow is also the same thickness. You think the nose and the lip is real? Couldn't be? I hope not. That would be so sad for for the missus. Just look at me, eh? Does it look like I could carry off a disguise with a face like this?
It would certainly appear that we have the wrong man.
What have I been telling you, eh? There was no need for this pointless testimony. There's no way this is the missing guy. I guess? Who knows? Well, as long as his lip and nose is real, then I guess he's not.
Well, what's with the wink?
Eh? My model used to be able to wink, but after some revisions on it couldn't wink anymore. Can I still do it? Hold on. Oh, I can still wink. A little hard though. A little difficult. There, right? I'm just a simple peddler, remember? Fresno Street's all I know. How would I have come by police inspector's identification book, eh? Well, yes, that's hard to explain, but...
A brief cross-examination, I think, Counsel. Very brief.
Isn't there anyone in the courtroom who thinks I might be onto something? I stand steadfastly at your side as always, Mr. Naruhodo. Hi. Dot. Could he agree as well?
Yeah, I can wink. Let's do it again.
Winking is hard as a model. Oh my god. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Hold it!
So you say, but how can you be quite so certain?
There is no need to hurt your hands on this, mon cher. Surely the reason is obvious, no? Because I have never before seen lips like this.
Nevertheless, there's a clear red mark around the gossiper's or the Mr. Gossip's neck. And it looks very much like that left behind on the neck of your colleague by your prized caller.
Oh dear, with your words, it is like you try to wring my neck. It sounds very much like my neck, though, eh? Now, this is the birthmark, eh? The biggest lips in London in the neck, therefore. Hey, they broke. They broke the mold when they made me. It's for the first time in my life. I feel lucky to have been born with this red head.
And I thought being Japanese made you stand out in London. So you maintain that you've never seen this man before?
Oui, c'est ça. I swear it to be. I swear to it by the flames of my hair.
So fierce pride has outgrown the frustration with your hair.
Frustraciones.
Hold it!
Hold it.
Well, yes, I don't imagine I'll forget those lips in a hurry either.
That is what I am saying. For some reason, it makes me wanna eat. How did Fabienne call it? An eclair. You know, I've never seen the hair as black as yours before either.
Likewise, I've never seen red hair like yours until I came to Britain.
See, maybe it's a national trait, eh? Maybe all the people from this Samantha country have the grand lips. No, lad, I was born right here on First New Street, and I've never left. That is a problem, see?
So you definitely didn't go to the park on Lime Street that day.
Now, how many times do you want me to say that?
The lip is so... it's so boing when he hits it.
Hold it!
何それ
So you heard of the Red-Headed League, had you?
Don't get a name like gossip for nothing, eh? It's my business to know what's going off in town. I saw that tasty tidbit to a fair few redheads that came past me. Just between us, I even got a sandwich to cough up for you.
Well, he does have a very red nose, if that counts. Who knows?
But as you can see, my old hair's got a hint of red in it. And in any case, Fresno Street's my patch. You won't catch me sidling.
Sidling? Is that sidling off to some part of town?
No, sir, not likely.
Oh, what is it, Mr. French Fries?
Excuse me!
Mr. De Rousseau.
Oui. Can I help you?
Did Mr. Gossip's words just now lead you to remember something relevant, perhaps?
It was the other day when I was looking for a place near the park. A small house or something.
Oh my god. Guys. If you look at this Rousseau dude, doesn't he look like Wendy's? The logo, the girl on Wendy's. Those lips drag the attention, yeah. But look, blue eyes, red hair. Isn't that how Wendy's is like? Is this her long-lost French brother? Or relative? Wendy's. I don't know how that would be in French. Right? To be the headquarters of your red-headed league, yes? Where is the unseen button? I visited the housing agent on Lime Street and there I saw him. This man was paying money to the agent. Not just that, like aside from the looks, they're both sassy. Whoa. What? Mr. Gossip? With the housing agent? Oui. He had some kind of contract in his and they were clearly discussing terms. But no, you're mistaken, chum. I've never left Fresno Street. Me? Like I said before, you mistaken me for someone else, someone with the same face. No, the cap was right, I remember it too. He was paying the man with the bank notes. He has money. With notes? Like I said, that wasn't me. I was curious why this man with the dirty clothes had so much money, so I looked at the name on the papers. And what name was written? Mr. Gossip? No, this man he lies. He tells you that he has no name. But in fact, his name is Yubune. It's better than Mr. Gossip, I think, eh? Yubune? I'm a peddler of tidbits of information, like I said. On Fresno Street, and that's that. Hi. I don't much like folk talking about my personal life. Indeed. And it is not the intention of the court to invade the privacy of witnesses. Very well, I shall respect your wishes, sir. The aforementioned name shall be redacted from all court records of this trial. Assuming no objections.
Objection!
Of course, Naruhodo. Let me just drink some tea. I'm sorry, my lord, but the defense does object. Because the name just mentioned has a very deep significance to this case.
Good gracious! Do you similarly object, Prosecutor Aogi? Asogi.
As it happens, my lord, that particular name has already been mentioned during today's proceedings.
Well, I never. In what capacity?
Yubune. The name of the leaseholder of the room. Let me put this very simply. The victim's body was discovered in your rented room.
Oh.
How?
I suggest, sir, that you start talking.
Well, alright. I suppose that may be the case, eh? So he's the owner of the room. So your real name is Yubune. Well, just between us, I don't like to blow me own trumpet, but there's no final peddler of tidbits in town.
So I happen to be able to afford the grubby little room in a fallen down back street townhouse.
You do?
In once every 6 months, I go and pay the rent to the agent on Lime Street. I remember now. There were 2 vulgar redheads in here that time. Eh? If either of us is so vulgar and it's not me. Think again, Peppino.
Why did you bring this up before?
So I can tell you, righty? I had a lot on about my personal life. I'm a tidbit peddler as far as everyone else is concerned. No false.
Okay, so you will update your testimony.
If I must.
So the leaseholder Scotland Yard has been looking for since the body was discovered has been here under our noses all along.
Hello, Chad. Welcome back. Running like a galloping loaf of bread. I rented the room where that fellow was found, it's true. For what difference in mics?
Hold it!
So you live in that room, presumably, do you?
No, I don't live there. What you think? There's no bed in there? Just a desk?
Then why would you want to rent it?
Well, I don't think I should have to say, really.
Huh? Then how about the notice board in there? Which was covered from top to bottom in confidential documents only the police should have had access to.
No, that board's not mine. The inspector must have brought in law. It's only the other bits and babs that belong to me. The desk and the chair and that.
The desk and the chair belongs to him. Then isn't he our...
Yes, Trent, I love you. What is it, baby?
Good doggy. People don't generally carry enormous notice boards around with them. The real question is, why was Inspector Gregson killed in there, in your room?
Well, obviously, I'm not the faintest idea. I mean, it's causing me no end of bother, to be honest.
It seems to me that Mr. Mr. Boone would rather as little is known about his room as possible for some reason. Yes, it does come across that way. And more importantly, knowing that the scene of the crime is actually his room completely changes everything. In particular, there's one part of his testimony that really is bothering me now. That's how I'm finally able to undo this man.
Well, Control Z.
Wait, what exactly could we present? So he mentioned that the desk belongs to him. So that means this could be this could be his, right? So if that is the case, then he's lying that he has no kin. I guess we could try.
Objection!
Oh yeah, we got him. If you have no kinfolk, as you put it, then explain why is it that among the sparse furnishings, we found this photograph in the room. Oh. I presume as you've been renting the room, that this photograph belongs to you, does it not? Oh, where? Oh my god, is he really our missing guy? What happened to him? Mr. Boone, drop the pretense and tell the court exactly who you really are. don't know what you mean. I'm a peddler, I keep telling you so. You really don't need to bother with me. Please, just leave it alone. As the man says, leave it alone. Whatever the truth is about this man's life, it has no bearing on this case. Because it's simply not possible that he impersonated Inspector Gregson.
Objection!
How can you be so sure? A lot of angry beats. Just look at the man. No amount of disguise could ever hide those unmissable features.
Objection!
But what if we were to look at it the other way around? What do you mean? Oh, nani kore? Why did my setup layout suddenly become daytime version? Why is it in light mode? Dark mode! There we go. Yes, Council, what do you mean? Well, there's no denying that Mr. Boone's lip is very prominent indeed. But consider the possibility that his prominent lip itself is part of an elaborate disguise. Prosthetics? Then hiding that prominent feature, in other words, revealing his true face, would make an utterly impenetrable disguise. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Hugh Boone? Ah!
Good. Witness, are you still hiding the truth from this court?
If that's a disguise, then underneath it is his true identity. He must be. Yes, that's right. There's really only one person he could really be.
My lord,
The defense believes it can reveal Mr. Boone's true identity to the court. Please, no.
very well then, Council. What is the true nature, true identity of this peddler who goes simply by the name of Gossip on the Street?
Right, it's the same hair and eyebrows and demeanor could be. Oh my god.
Take that!
Your real name is actually Mr. Vigil, isn't it? Mr. Daily Vigil.
I don't recall that name, Council. Who is this Mr. Vigil?
It's a name I encountered yesterday, my lord. Yeah, GG. I mean, I only noticed when we were looking at the case file earlier and the photo, and then I recognized the hair, and I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It has to do with a certain client of Mr. Herlock Sholmes. A young gentlewoman came to the detective asking him to locate her missing husband. The woman in this photograph, in fact, this is Mrs. Vigil.
Oh, what?
From what I understand, you haven't returned home since the night before the inspector was found dead. But of course, on that night, you were being held captive by the two Red-Headed League men. And last night, you were put up by the prosecution service in preparation for testifying in this trial. Because we've been led to believe that you, Miss Venus, and Mr. Sandwich were all homeless. Being important witnesses in this case, we needed to know where we could find you, of course. And that explains why you've not only been unable to return home, but also unable to contact your wife. who's been beside herself with worry, waiting for you at the vigil residence. Oh, now just hold on a minute. I don't... What am I talking about? Really? Ooh. Spicy. It's a simple enough matter to confirm my suspicions. All we have to do is pull off that disguise. No, please. He looks like a balloon, the wiggly hot dog shaped balloon. When he does the wiggle wiggle. Bayleaf, bring soap, a sponge, and a wash bowl at once. Mr. De Rousseau, Mr. De Rossi, you will restrain the weakness. Oui, my lord. Si, my lord. Lol. No! Stop! Get off! No! Holy crap, it is him. Whoa! This is kind of uncanny for me. But it really is him. Whoa. Die. Well, we are now seeing your true features, I presume. He even has the clothes. Daya, look at him. Transformation. Lift your head, sir, so the court could see your face. When I see your face. It would appear that the defense counsel's assertion was entirely correct. This has all been a very elaborate deception. So, witness, tell the court, have you seen this man before? I don't believe it, but... see, there is another question. This is the inspector we saw in the park. Extraordinary. So how does he have Gregson's booklet thingy? On the day of the Red-Headed League enrollment, the man claiming to be Inspector Gregson who appeared before Mr. De Rousseau and Mr. De Rossi in the park was you, disguised as the inspector, or rather, was you posing as the inspector in no disguise at all. Mr. Vigil was formerly employed as the chief warder at Macleod prison. The chief warder? Then your career had promise. Why, you would quite possibly have become the future governor of the prison. What on earth have you been doing, peddling tittle-tattle on Fresno Street? Well, it's been 10 years since Mr. Vigil worked at the prison. 10 years? Was he doing this to finance his life and his wife? Is that it? I'm really dreadfully sorry about all this. Yes, it's true. I am daily vigil. And you were the chief warden at the Barclay prison 10 years ago? So where did Mr. Yi-Boon come from? Boon is the other me. It's a name I invented. Well, evidently there is a great deal under the surface here. I'll explain everything. I'll tell you just how wretched my life has become. As you say, it was 10 years ago. Now that my employment at as Barclay's chief warden came to an end. Having left the prison service, I searched for some new occupation by which to earn a wage. But times were hard in London and I find no suitable engagements at all. In desperation one day, I turned my hand at selling wares on Fresno Street. But your wife appears to know nothing of this. She still maintains that you are the chief warder at Barclay Prison. I was utterly determined that my wife should not know of my failings, which is why I've never told her. I opened an account at the bank under the name of Evelyn, and I rented the cheapest room I could find on Fresno Street. The scene of the crime we're investigating. Yes, that's right. A place from which I could emerge every morning at 8 as a squalid peddler, and transform myself back every evening at 5 into a well-dressed man about town before returning home. That quickly became my daily routine. Damn. I was puzzled by the lack of furniture in the room. But that explains it. But why on earth didn't you just tell us this in the first place? I have a wife, sir, and 2 sons. And without wishing to sound self-conceited, they regard me with some pride. I couldn't bring myself to disappoint them. So instead, you decided to conceal your occupation from them. Yes. I've made such a terrible mess of everything. Still, one thing doesn't add up. No matter how many tidbits of information you could sell to passing gentlemen, even a 6 pence apiece, you couldn't hope to match the salary you must have commanded as chief warder of the prison. Very true. To have kept your family in comfort despite 10 years of somewhat misbegotten employment. That was all thanks to Inspector Gregson. What? Inspector Gregson? What on earth? It was some years after I'd invented Boone and began my other life as a street peddler. He, the inspector that is, recognized me one day.
Do you mean to say the victim was an acquaintance of yours? Ho ho.
I knew him from my time working at the prison. Ah. When he saw what I had become, he was deeply troubled for me and my family. And from that day forward, he visited me on Fresno Street with increasing regularity. Right. Then one day, he asked me if I could carry out a secret assignment for him. What was it? I was to impersonate the inspector.
What?
Impersonate him? Well, what a doozy. We always met in that little room so the inspector could brief me. Visit Orxys tomorrow and take a statement from the proprietress. I was always something along those lines. Surveillance work, interviewing people. On those occasions, he would lend me his identification so people would believe me as to who I was. My instructions were to make an impression, to let people know that Inspector Gregson had been at work. And for those services, he compensated me financially. Scotland Yard, Inspector willingly relinquished this identificating card in your care with intent to deceive. That, as I'm sure I need not point out, is a very serious crime offense. But why? What was the point of your impersonating him? I truthfully do not know. All I could say is that the inspector warned me on numerous occasions. Now remember, Visual, I need your solemn word. You don't blab about this to anyone else, alright? Even if I end up a croaker. Even when I die, basically. In time, he started to bring papers with him to the room, as well. It became something of a second office for him. So, in fact, the person who declared himself to be Inspector Gregson at the park on Lime Street was really... Yes, it was me, acting on the inspector's orders. As usual, I removed my being disguise and then went as instructed to the park, armed with the inspector's identification book. It never occurred to me that the bruise on my neck might have given me away. Fine. I still don't know why. Tell me why. Everyone's just quiet, lol. Okay. Well, it is already past 3 hours. It's already almost 3 hours and 10 minutes. So for those who are new, I do try to limit myself from streaming beyond 3 hours, but I kind of broke that today. So I think we can cut off here. And I think it's a good cut off because at least now we know the story and who the hell is this gossip guy, right? So at least we were able to get the full explanation of what his intentions and stuff were. Hi, thank you also for coming by or staying my stream. It was always a pleasure to be with everyone, ne? And I missed everyone. I really do. I do plan to have a karaoke stream here in YouTube. Maybe next week. I'm still thinking about what songs to pick. So I can find like karaoke versions of them. Yeah. So yeah, thank you very much. Okay. So, Anzu, if you know our outro, say it with me. If you don't, then listen well, so we can say it together next time. Alright, let's do it. And as always, katok, I'll see you in the next package delivery. Bye-bye. Hi, thank you everybody. I missed you. And my god, all of those fake accents were just mixing in my mouth at one point. I do not know who I am. I do not know what I am. Oh, and if you enjoyed your time, feel free to like the stream as a support. And feel free to subscribe as well if you would like, so that you'd have a notification every time I'm here in YouTube. I also stream in Twitch for those who don't know. Alright, bada bim bada boom, good night, bye bye.